That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
Hey!
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
Hey!
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
Hey!
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
Hey! Hey! That's what must be done. Hey, how's everyone tonight? First, I wonder if this is the first gig of lockdown in after lockdown. Happy New Year! I'm wondering, or maybe there was a couple of lunchtime gigs actually, or something like that, I don't know. Maybe I'm the first cab off the block, I don't know. Anyway, my name's Quinlan. Welcome to Melbourne Musos Facechook Live. You got to be happy. It's first day out. Yeah, there you go. And what goes on? Tonight, I'm going to, a little tip of the hat to Nick Cushen, if you're out there, mate. You sent me I was still in bed. You must have been up early, sparrow cackle. And he sent me a wonderful clip of Nate Smith teaching the audience how to clap in 7. And it was funny. He told them off and everything. It was really funny. It was hilarious. And because of that, I had something in my head anyway. But Nick, if you're out there, you pushed me over the edge, mate. It's all about counting, okay? Now, this is a bit different because what it is, I've talked about time signatures. I've talked about simple time and compound time and all sorts of time. And this is a happy time because we're out of Lickdown number 6. There you go. Hey, So what goes on is that the kind of time I'm talking about and the kind of things that you can do comes out of the simplest of things. Like I had to have a laugh. I really did have to have a laugh, and I apologise in advance. I've already had the swear box out and all that, but I woke up yesterday, morning coffee, read the papers online, and there was this thing, and I just started laughing. Apparently got a bit feisty in the old Zoom cabinet meeting for the old boys. And I really try and share my stuff. Everything tonight is dedicated to the Victorian Nationals leader, Peter Walsh. Here we go. Hello, Pete. How are you?
So, from a Nationals point of view, we will not be supporting change on this position, and you can go and get fucked. Simple as that. Simple as that. So, from a Nationals point of view, we will not be supporting change on this position, and you can go and get fucked. Simple as that.
It's simple as that, apparently. Okay, so what I've got is that when you're taking sound bites from the public domain, a Zoom code gone wrong, a Zoom meeting gone wrong. Hey, good on you, Pete. Got to wash that mouth out with soap. Oh, dear me. Got a bit feisty. So what happens is that when you're actually working out tunes and things, so often someone will write a song and they want a singer to sing it, and in their head they've got a tempo, they've got this, that and the other. But what goes on is that everyone's got an innate tempo with how they talk or sing. You know, regular watchers of the show should know my mannerisms by now, you know. And all that, Nick. And what goes on? See, phrasing. We can't get away from it, really. It's part of what makes us who we are. Doesn't it, Pete? You know? Doesn't it? Doesn't it, Pete? Sorry, mate. I'm in the doghouse there. Anyway, what goes on is that when you're working on things like that and taking things like from the public domain or this sort of business, you can actually whack it in like this, my sampler. I have lots of different things there. And I love all this business. My set's getting bombed by the pooch. Have a look at that. Hello, pal. How are you tonight? Anyway, I took you to Doggy Park today. Anyway, there you go. And what goes on is that you set up a rhythm with the rhythm of the voice. And with that, you can start to work out, like really working towards the best thing the singer can do. Like some tunes, it's just, really, we have to play it just like the album? Can't we take it up a couple of notches like Keith Moon? Put a bit of life into the party or whatever, or it's it your way or the highway, that kind of thing. So what you do is you work with the people that you've got. Frank Zappa was a master at that. He'd sort of work out what the musicians could do, and then he'd work within that, sort of thing. This one's for you, Bosie. It's a thing called the Black Page. I don't think it had dub horns like Lee Scratch Perry on it, but there you go. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through a couple of things, okay, with this. I might take the triggers out for now, put them back in, all that stuff. And yeah, this is MA. There's this, thanks to Pete, Mr. Peter Walsh, Mr. Potty Man. I just couldn't stop laughing. I hope he sees the funny side of it. Anyway, what I've got here is that when I do the sample, I'll try and get the rhythm of the voice, even if it's a bit sped up or slowed down, that kind of 2019 BC, coming soon to you, the big the television voice. But if I'm going to do something like this, love that beat. Anyway, that's a rolling shuffle, and what it is you simple as that, simple as that, go swear jar, simple as that. I logged it at 158, so I've got my trusty metronome here. And what I did was a rolling shuffle. So he's got that kind of doodly-dit, the doodly-dit. Da-da-da-da. Simple as that. Doodly-da. Simple as that. Doodly-da. Ba-da-da. Now, it's rolling shuffle. You've got your normal shuffle. And then what happens, you've got your triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. If you really are playing in a Celtic band, it'd be more likely in 6/8. But that's not really what I'm on about. I'll quickly show you the shuffle. So what happens is you've got your 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and then you put your left hand on the snare drum. You've got the ghost notes and the accent 2 and 4. The 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 1 and the syncopation. I'm going to orchestrate it. I'll put the dub horns in, and what I've got here, for those who want to know, it's a B-flat pentatonic. Simple as that. I'm sorry. Swear box for me. There you go. So there's that kind of da-da-da-dum. Anyway, now I'm going to move on because I'm already behind. I always go over a little bit. Now, if I chop that up and take the naughty bits out, and if I just go, and there's that. Simple as that. Now, I got that. I'll show you what I'm doing here. All right. Oh, I've got 127, I think is what it is. And what it is 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So that.
As best we can.
Oh, no, that's the wrong button. Oh, I've given away a surprise. Anyway, what goes on is that simple as that. Now, that, simple as, is the Anacrusis and the whole Crucis family. Hello, Anna, how are you? And what goes on is that you've got simple as that, and that is 1. And when you phrase it and you take Pete's, Mr. Walsh's pacing of his speech, what happens is it comes out in 5. So you've got that kind of, I'll put it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just got to line up on the tempo there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Simple as that. And there you have it, you see. So that's what goes on there. So what I'm doing tonight is timing and counting. Nick wanted me to do a bit of that, and I'm not sure if he wanted me to do it like this. And that's what goes on. I hope you're enjoying it, Nick, if you're watching. I hope you're watching over a bit. And what happens then with simple as that, 5/4, around about 127, you gauge it. But what sometimes happens is that the voice does slow down, you know. So in music, you have things like a ritardando and the ritanuto and all that, and all that. And what goes on is that if I was to gradually slow down, a lot like if you can see the traffic lights change in the distance, so you just idle up to the lights, all that sort of business, that's a ritardando. But if you're trying to beat the lights, but the lights beat you and you pull up a bit quicker, that's a ritanuto, which that means you suddenly slow down at the end of a piece of music. That happens so often, I can't tell you. That's what it is. And what happens is sometimes that actually, you push and pull the tempo. If you're listening to, you know, beautiful singers like Ella Fitzgerald or a Sarah Vaughan or something, they will push and pull the melody and just make it sublime and all that. And what happens though is that you can, you know, as I said, take certain things and it might need just a bit of adjustment. You have to sort of sit there and sort of, am I a bit quick or a bit slow? The first bit I'm on time, but then I've got to bring it back a little bit. So you've got to sort of play through. There's a lot of talk about things like click tracks in the studio, where when you get to the chorus, let's say the song's at 100 beats a minute, and then what happens, you want a bit of a pickup in the chorus, so it gets a bit quicker, so you might ramp it up to 102. You know, it's just very perceptible. And how do you fill that in? Well, you sort of got to slide into it, you know, put the human element to it a little bit there. So when you get into things like when it's a to and fro kind of deal, what starts to happen is that you can work on different things, and as well as that, I just explained the rolling shuffle. And you can be a bit subtle with that. How would it be if I didn't change a thing, but I changed the time signature? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Get on the beers. Get on the beers. Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do? Get on the beers. What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What do you intend to do?
Get on the beers. Get on the
Beers. Get on the beers, mate. It's out of Lickdown. Get on the beers. Get on the beers. Got to get on the beers. Hey, there you go. You see, it's a you see. So it's compound duple time, and usually compound duple time is 6/8. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was doing that all the last couple of weeks, really, for dear Paddy of the Chieftains. God bless his soul. But this is 6/4. It's still a kind of a compound duple, 2 lots of 3. So for Nuala over there, what are you gonna do? Get on the beers, come on. And there's Dan the man, you know. Get on the beers. Get on the beers. And what happens with that? I've mentioned it before, but it's a bit of a Stuart Copeland thing from the Police, you see, because he often said, I don't need to worry about odd time signatures. They come back every second bar anyway. They do. That's what I just did there, you see. It's what goes on. And there you have it, you see. That's what goes on. Now, then you can... Sometimes what you've got to do... I might take them out now. And what you got to do sometimes is get a little bit of an... it's not an odd time, but what often happens in Celtic music, there's one, Velvet Green by Jethro Tull. And what happens is it's like a 4-bar phrase, but the last bar's in 3/4. So it just feels like it's a big, long, odd time signature. But it ain't. It's just, just a beat gets chopped off. Burt Bacharach used to do that. He used to put in little odd bars here and there so that his love songs and all the hits that he had, most people know him from doing the cameo in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. There you go. But what it is he would put in like a 2/4 bar at the end to let the song breathe. And that's very canny songwriting. People usually go, 8 bars there, 8 bars there, it's all, what it is. And, but those little extras really create a musicianship. And what often happens is it just comes with the flow of the lyrics, which is what the lesson is tonight, or what the Facechook is tonight anyway. And so what happens is that when you get different things, like, let's see, we could try this one.
As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner
so I'll do it a few times.
Almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers.
Best
we can tell.
Best we can tell. Best is one. Okay, come around.
Had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had a case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party
2 3s at the end. Best is one. There it is there, one. Best we can tell. The party started with a case of beers. Everybody has a case of beers. Ooh. See what's going on? So, what it is that when you're setting up tempos and things, take a moment to really think about the person singing it. Think about everyone's strengths in the band, that kind of business. Because...
that's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
You see, that's what you've got to do, you see. So that's what goes on.
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.
That's what's most important. That's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Hey! Oh! And that's what happens with your Pete. There you go. So that's what happens there. That's what's most important. So that's what you've got there. Now, I'm doing okay tonight. What I've got now is that I've done the case of beers, and everyone was on the case of beers. And what I was doing there, could you tell that I put like a 6-4 tag at the end, but I treat it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what actually happened with that, it's 6 bars of 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Best as we can tell, started off with a case of beer. There we go. So that's what happens there. So what goes on? So what I've got there...
Get on the beers.
Ah, yeah, I've got that one. I've done that already. I might move it along.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
Yeah.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
There you go. I'm not sure everyone likes that joke.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
2, 3, 4. 130 beats and...
Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
Yeah. And what happens there is that let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Thank you. Let's party is the second and third beat. So it's one. Let's party. See? 1, 2, 3. I'll do it again. 8.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC. Let's party like it's 2019 BC.
Let's party like it's 2019 BC. There you go. And that's what it is there. That's let's party. I hope you're getting something out of this show. I am. I'm getting the boot. I'm getting the swear jar. All right. Oh, it's a funny thing. I'm so happy that we're all out of it. God bless you all for doing the right thing. Those of you who did. It's still a lot of case numbers, oh my Lord, but still we're out. And the longest lickdown in the world. In another time and place, that would be sort of nice. But it ain't. Anyway, there you go. But we're through it. And who knows? We might go back into it one day. But the thing is, it seems the goalposts have changed a little bit. And we just got to live with it. Fine. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. And what happens is I love you all. I just love doing this show, I hope you can tell. And I'll keep on doing it until I drop. Do it like the dear Paddy Malone, go down with my boots on, you know. And that's what happens there. And then you've got this kind of business because things like... Nationals leader, Peter Walsh. It's just the gift that keeps on giving, if you know what I mean. You know, it was... The other week it still is Gladys, you know, that kind of thing, or whatever it is, and get on the beers. I mean, you just got to have a laugh, you know, put the guns down, just have a laugh, have a beer together, put it to one side, make something of it. You see, that's the thing. There's my little diatribe for you there. So what goes on is there's also the other things. Now, I'm wondering if some of you wonderful people out there are wondering if I'm going to do something, and I am. One of the things that has been a bit of a staple of the show for a couple of decades now is exactly this. You don't always have to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It's very good. You've got 4 types of counting. You've got crotchets, quavers, triplets, and semi-quavers. And I've already done that. This is different. But what starts to happen is when you get into the non-divisible numbers like 5 and 7, like I've done here, pick a phrase or pick a word, right?
Hippopotamus, 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 hippopotamus,
hippopotamus. There you go. And then, of course, the night would not be complete without...
Don't you understand? I am deeply in love.
Oh.
Don't you understand?
I love.
I am deeply in love.
Mi amore.
Tina Lola Bridget, 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 Tina Lola
I hope you enjoyed watching the show. I'm out of here. Get on the beers! That's what must be done. Hey!
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done.